daughters, and my husband is going through it's a life and death situation. They're having a mental problem. So, napaisip ako, sabi ko, I have to do something. I have to help them. Or, sabi ko, maybe I am the problem. You know, and maybe I need to change. So that might be the solution. That's when I started looking around, asking around kung sino. And I prayed kasi nga, sabi ko, Lord, napakabigat na. Hindi ko na alam gagawin ko. Sabi ko, I leave everything up to you, but let me, give me wisdom where to start. I'm doing an online business, active ako sa Facebook, so I search and search. That's when I found you, Doc.
Welcome to another episode of Unstoppable You NLP Success Journeys. I'm your host, June Acevedo. I'm a certified neurolinguistic programming master trainer and a mindset mastery and transformational leadership coach. In this podcast, we uncover the extraordinary stories of transformation powered by neurolinguistic programming. Today, we're diving deep into one life-changing journey that started with a drive for excellence and being the best. Imagine flipping the script and discovering a version of yourself that's unstoppable. That's the power of NLP, and that's what we're exploring today. Now, allow me to introduce our guest for this evening. Someone who truly embodies what it means to be unstoppable. She's a full-time mom who wears hair cape daily. Not just for her family, but also in her journey as a thriving online entrepreneur. She's built her business from the ground up while balancing the beautiful chaos of motherhood, proving that you can grow a purpose-driven life and business without sacrificing the things that matter most. Please help me welcome a woman of strength, heart, and hustle, the inspiring and unstoppable Coach Neri. How are you, Miss Neri?
It's happening for me, Doc. Right now, I'm focusing on working on myself, especially sa health. When we say health kasi, I thought before it's just physical. You know, I didn't know until yun nga, may mga nangyari sa akin. Sabi ko, I thought physically, people look at me outside, physically I'm fit.
Yeah.
You know, I lost weight, but hindi pala. So sabi ko, what's going on? You know. Then our health composed of three, which is our mental health, our emotional health, and our physical health. So na-miss ko yung dalawa.
Yeah.
Kasi nga I thought our health is just physical.
How's you and your family right now, Miss Neri?
We're doing a lot better from before. So everything is still work in progress. Well, before we begin, Doc, I want to thank you for the opportunity, and I'm happy na you have chosen me na i-share ko yung life journey ko. So I'm really thankful and grateful sa moment na to.
It's my honor kasi alam ko that you will be helping more people, especially there, no, sa US, and yung scope, kumbaga, just to inspire them, just to let them know that they can change, di ba? And grabe, I can still remember the time na nag-meet tayo, that panood mo lang ako sa isang webinar about mental health, and then you reached out, and then yeah, the rest is just history, Miss Neri, no? Miss Larry, can you take us back to the moment when everything changed in your life? Yung nagbago yung buhay mo. What was the breaking point or wall that you were facing nung time na yun? Yung time na nag-reach out ka sa akin.
During that time, like I said, I remember that was 2022. I was searching for actually a life coach.
Hmm.
During that time, my two daughters and my husband is going through it's a life and death situation. They're having a mental problem. So, napaisip ako, sabi ko, I have to do something. I have to help them.
Hmm.
Or, sabi ko, maybe I am the problem.
Hmm.
You know, and maybe I need to change. So that might be the solution. That's when I started looking around, asking around, kung sino. And I prayed kasi nga, sabi ko, Lord, napakabigat na.
Yeah.
Hindi ko na alam gagawin ko. Sabi ko, I leave everything up to you, but lead me, give me wisdom where to start.
Hmm.
That's because I know I'm doing an online business, active ako sa Facebook, so I search and search. That's when I found you, Doc.
What made you realize that you needed to do something to change, no? That merong kailangan magbago sa buhay mo, Miss Neri?
Uh, I guess yung nangyayari is parang paulit-ulit
Mm.
na it's like a chain na nangyari sa isa and then lahat affected.
Mm.
It's like a domino effect. Sabi ko, hindi pwedeng ganito palagi. It's like, I said, I need to end the cycle. Yun yung niisip ko na, go, this need to stop.
Yeah.
This need to stop.
Did you first hear about NLP and what made you take the leap, no?
Yun nga, Doc, yun, nagsisearch ako ng life coach. Then when I found you sa Facebook, and I started, talking to you, and I shared what I'm going through, and then na-share mo yung life experience mo sa akin and how NLP help you. So, yun, sabi ko, I think this is an answered prayer. Why don't I'll give it a try.
You right now, you're applying it in your life and you're seeing results for every, 3 years na. 3 years na. So ano ba yung
3
parang
years, 3 years.
specific NLP tool or technique that immediately shifted your perspective? Yung parang nagagamit mo hanggang ngayon?
It's the reframing, Doc. Yun nga, the way I what do you call it? Not react. Yung the way I take things
Mm.
na nangyayari sa akin. Instead of thinking negative,
Mm.
I switch, I reframe my mind. Sabi ko, bakit, ano ang, I ask God for wisdom. Sabi ko, Lord, ano ang message mo for me sa nangyayari ngayon?
Mm.
Lead me kung saan at paano ang gagawin ko. So, instead of sasabihin ko, or yung bang negative na, ako na naman, problema na naman, bakit ang bigat-bigat na dadagdagan mo pa? Yung ba ganon?
Yeah.
And hindi ko rin naisip na kasalanan ni ganyan,
Yeah.
kasalanan ko. So, yun yung isang tools na nakatulong talaga sa akin, yung reframing. And if I can, Doc, kasi yun nga, I shared yung moment na I thought that was my biggest breakthrough. Actually, before NLP, yun yung breakthrough ko. But may nangyari recently na everything opens for me. Like I said, I thought, our health is only physical. I thought yung mga anak ko, asawa ko lang ang nag-go through ng mental health. Not until I got hospitalized last December 7 last year, I didn't know I was going through mental health. So that moment I got hospitalized, that's when everything, 100% totally changed. Parang 180 degrees nag-shift lahat. It was actually, I was on a deathbed. Nagkasakit ako, I was diagnosed with viral pneumonia, with lung abscess, and UTI. And then I have underlying medical condition. A year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with autoimmune disease. I have IgAN. Ang ina-attack niya is my kidney. So I got diagnosed with CKD, the chronic kidney disease 3A. So being sick, on the deathbed, the doctor, inaalam nila kung ano yung root cause, bakit ako nagkaroon ng ganong karaming sakit. So, in-interview nila ako, sabi na, have you traveled recently? I said, no. Have you been taking any medication like pain relievers? Sabi ko, no. And then their last question was, have you been stressed? That's their last question. And trigger agad, sabi ko, oh yes, I'm on extreme stress. And then sabi nila, now we know, kaya humina yung immune system mo, and then you got all this going on in your body. So I was like, okay. So yun nga, one day na umaga, I felt I'm okay. Like, malakas na ako kasi I'm mobile, even though I have those health issues. Look, in a matter of maybe an hour or so, nag-drop yung ko. As in, I can't barely talk. I can't barely move. My heart was pounding so fast. And I feel like may nakadagan dito sa chest ko. My husband was with me that time. So sabi ko, mamamatay na yata ako. Sabi ko sa sarili ko lang. So I called my husband, sabi ko, can you call the nurse? Sabi ko, I'm not feeling well. So sabi niya, ano bang nararamdaman mo? You were fine earlier. Sabi ko, I can't barely talk. Nag-whisper na lang ako. So sabi niya, okay, I'll call the nurse. So dumating yung nurse, sabi ko dun sa nurse, bring me to the ICU. Sabi ko sa kanya, what's going on? Sabi niya, I can't, yun nga. Okay. Tinawag niya yung mga doktor, lahat dumating lahat sila. And then they did tests from head to toe. And then ang nangyari, I was dehydrated. I was dehydrated. On that moment, Doc, God talked to me. Sabi niya, Neri, you need to speak up how you feel. Walang tutulong sa'yo kundi ang sarili mo. But I'm with you from the beginning until the end. Yung mga taong wino-worry mo, yung mga taong gusto mong tulungan, leave it up to me. You are not their savior. I am. That was God's voice talking to me, Doc. Doon ko na-realize, sabi ko, oh nga no, all these years, I am trying and I've helped a lot of people. Na sinet aside ko yung sarili ko. Why? Because of the limiting beliefs na nakalakayhan ko, nakagisnan ko, na in-instill ng nanay, tatay ko, at yung mga lola-lola ko. So, that was the moment na sabi ko, yun nga, doon nag-shift na 180 degrees. So from nung nakalabas na ako ng hospital, ito pala, ang dali lang pala ng buhay. Sabi ko, ang gaan. So, ang gaan lang pala, sabi ko, why did I suffer for so long? I let myself suffer.
Miss Eri, limiting beliefs that you mentioned, what specifically do you mean? Anong mga limiting beliefs na yun?
Ang dami, Dok, eh. Dahil mga Pilipino, ang unang naano ko is yung sabi ko nga sa'yo, yung I want to have a good relationship sa mga anak ko. Ang naging ano kasi namin is I have to leave my daughter when she was 5 months old. So, nung ako na ang nag-take over sa pagpapalaki sa kanya, nandun yung grudge niya sa akin na, why did you leave me? Why did you leave me? Sabi niya. Hanggang lumaki siya, bit-bit niya yun. So sabi ko, I tried and I explained everything to her. Ganitong nangyari. This is the situation during that time. I don't have no choice kasi yun lang ang alam kong paraan na makakabuti for all of us. Sabi ko sa kanya. But still, I invalidated her feelings.
Yeah.
I invalidated her feelings. Yung limiting belief na naano ko doon is yung mga parents natin noon, di ba, yung pagpapalaki sa atin na bawal sumagot. You cannot express your feelings. Pag sumagot ka, naku, either napapaluin ka or sasampalin ka, pipitikin yung bibig mo, di ba? So that's one of limiting belief na dinala ko, na in-execute ko, na parenting style na ginawa ko sa mga anak ko. Na, yun nga, nung nangyari yung mga breakthrough sa akin, doon ko na-realize lahat. I mean, one of that is yung sa parenting. And then, another limiting belief, Doc, yung sa atin na yung mga bata, Kasi I'm currently experiencing this too. Na lalo na kung panganay ka, di ba? Okay, sabi ng nanay tatay ko, you need to finish school. I will do everything for you, for all of you, para makapag-aral ka. I'll sacrifice my whole life, like dugo at pawis ko, para lang ma-provide ko sa'yo ang lahat ng gusto mo or lahat ng kailangan mo, like education and all, right? So, yun yung na ano ko, after mo pag-aralin yung anak mo, and then, yeah, kung may anak ka susunod, then the panganay, the eldest, will help you na pag-aralin yung pangalawa, pangatlo, susunod. Di ba? So, yun yung ano ko. And I remember this conversation sa anak kong panganay. Sabi ko, kasi nga, we're having yung mga misunderstandings na. Sabi ko sa kanya, galit na galit ako. Kasi nga, dinidismiss ko yung feelings niya. Sabi niya, ma'am, ganyan, ganito. So sa ano ko, sinisisi niya ako. So in return to her, ano sa akin, galit din yung ina-express ko sa kanya, like binibigay ko. Sabi ko, pag namatay ako, sabi ko sa kanya, ikaw ang tatay yung nanay sa mga kapatid mo. So that, ang ano ko nga doon is, you're giving your responsibility. That's the limiting belief. Your responsibility from yung panganay down, yung responsibility mo, bibigay mo sa kanya para dun sa mga nakakabatang kapatid. And then, another limiting belief, Doc, yun nga, yung mga magulang natin, after pinag-aral yung mga bata, na-establish yung buhay nila, may mga karir na, and then may mga asawa at anak na, our parents are somehow nag-expect sila na suportahan mo rin sila. Di ba? Kasi, believe it or not, marami ang mga parents na sasabihin sa mga anak, hindi ka makakarating sa pinaroroonan mo kung di sa amin. Kung imagine raising your own family, then you have to sustain yung needs din ng parents mo. How, ano bang ano doon? Yung parang, would you say yung generation, like my generation, parang ano mo, nasa sandwich ka eh.
Sandwich
diba?
generation.
Sandwich generation. Sandwich generation. So, ang hirap. Kasi nga, kung hindi mo bibigyan ng suporta yung parents mo, na ano mo yung konsensya mo eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? On the other side, kailangan ka rin ng mga anak mo, ng asawa mo. So, nandito ka sa gitna. That's, on my personal experience, that's my struggle. That's my struggle. E nga, nung yung limiting belief na yon, doon ko lahat na-realize na nireframe ko yung isip ko. Sabi ko, what is the root cause of this? Yung mga limiting belief na to it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Sabi ko, ano ba yung root cause? Bakit? Parang napapasa from my mom's generation to my generation. Now, ginagawa ko sa mga anak ko. And I already see how frustrated my kids are. Sabi ko, hanggang sa magiging apo ko ba, mararanasan nila to? So, yung ano ko, Doc, is, yung mga limiting belief na nabanggit ko, ang naging problema is ako. Kasi nga, now I understand bakit ganon yung lola ko, yung nanay ko. Kasi nga, yun yung nakalakayan nila. They don't have that knowledge. Kasi nga, di ba, wala naman manual sa parenting.
Yeah.
Whatever we have right now, yung technology, they don't have that those times. So now, we have all the resources. Because yun nga yung napakaganda, no? Now we know the tools. Dun mo maano yung grace na to forgive yourself and also forgive your parents, your grandparents, whoever those people that sinaktan ka. That's when that feeling na yun nga, naramdaman ko, sabi ko, ang gaan, ang easy lang pala ng buhay. You don't need to suffer for so long. Di ba nga may kasabihan na yung problema daw dapat anuhin mo lang, you don't need to get stuck. Padaanin mo lang. Wag mong tatambayan. Ganun lang pala, sabi ko. But, yun nga, like I said, yeah, life, that's how life is. Yung ano natin na, as long as we live, we evolve. We evolve. So, yun yung ano ko, Doc.
When you were getting sick, it was because, kumbaga, the universe, si Lord, no, in the unconscious mind, it's making you sick because hindi mo nakikita yung kailangan mong baguhin eh. Kumbaga, it had to go to that point, no, to be in that situation na autoimmune na lumalabas na sa katawan mo. Kasi it's telling you, Neri, ang tagal ko nang sinasabi sa'yo to. Ang tigas ng ulo mo. No?
Yes.
So, hinintay mo pa na umabot sa, in timeline therapy, right? We did timeline therapy, yung ano lang, yung overview ng timeline therapy, release of anger, sadness, fear, hurt, and guilt, and yung limiting belief was not touched, no? Wala, o hindi siya masyadong na-touch. So, there was still the limiting beliefs. Pero in this situation, kumbaga, because you know reframe, and si Lord Len is also helping you in your journey, alam niya rin kasi na you are a very loving person eh. You are a very generous person. Pero yun nga, because of that belief, nakakalimutan natin yung sarili natin. No, minsan kasi, matagal nang sinasabi sa'yo niyan. People are telling you, yourself, even yung voice sa utak natin na, Neri, unahin mo naman yung sarili mo. Pero
Yes.
ang tigas ng ulo natin kasi yung belief talaga, imagine, generation,
Yes.
ilang generation siya. So, ang tigas talaga doon, nakaugat talaga siya, no? So, we need to go through a struggle in our life so that matauhan tayo. And the good thing about you, Miss Neri, because you have the NLP tools to process the struggle. Kasi kung wala, if hindi mo siya na-process ng tama, you will just deteriorate. no? And buti na lang you were able to touched by the Lord. You were able to open your awareness to listen to the voice of God, no? That's also one thing that is very powerful in your case, Miss Neri. And also na-process mo, no? Oo nga pala, no? Parang tagal-tagal na sinabi ni Lord sa akin, hinintay ko pa na kausapin talaga ako ni Lord. Kumbaga, para mamulat ako sa katotohanan. And all the while, ang tagal na, no? And the people were already telling you. And you yourself were already, kumbaga, telling yourself, pero in denial lang tayo, no? And
Totoo, totoo, Doc.
and
Totoo.
alam mo what happened there? Ganun lang. It was that easy to let go, no? Kasi
Yeah.
sometimes feeling natin because nakaugat na ilang generations na, parang ang hirap nating i-release, no? Di ba? I mean, it only took you a decision na ayoko na to. Parang tapos na to. No, I will be a completely different person, more loving mother, loving wife to my husband, no? So it just took you a decision. So imagine what if kasi alam mo, Miss Neri, you are not alone in that journey. Kumbaga hindi lang ikaw yung OFW or naka-base abroad na yan din yung iniisip. Majority of people from the Philippines who work abroad have that same mindset, no? And for you to be able to share with us your journey, sobrang nakaka-proud talaga and very humbling, no? Especially for me na nakikinig ako, Miss Neri, no? Because iba talaga na galing sa'yo?
May I add another ano sa akin, yung limiting belief din. As you mentioned, as a OFW. Another limiting belief na I wanted to break is yung ininstill sa akin ng nanay ko, sabi niya, di bali nang ikaw ang magbigay, di bali nang ikaw nang masaktan, wag lang ikaw ang hihingi or mananakit. That limiting belief as an OFW, like every time na uuwi kami ng Pilipinas, my mom will ask me, or like, kasi kung kasama ko yung pamilya ko, she'll ask me, sabi niya, puntahan mo yung mga auntie mo, yung lola mo, bigyan mo ng pasalubong. Sabi ko, noong, yun nga, I just follow kasi nga, yun yung nakalakihan ko. And then, sabi ko, what, kailangan bang bigyan ng pera? Sabi ko, oo, sabi matanda na sila nung bata ka, ganyan, ganyan. Yung ano nga niya na, sabi ko, yun pala, all her life, yun din yung ano niya na, she's seeking validation. Ayaw niyang may masabing masama yung mga tao around her tungkol sa kanya, tungkol sa pamilya namin. Like, may pinoprotektahan siyang image for our family. Like, gusto nila, or gusto ng, I know this na yung lola ko ganun din. Kasi from just knowing yung mga tao dun sa area namin, kilala nila, mabait yung lola mo, yung nanay, tatay mo, ganyan din, they're very helpful, you know, pag lumapit yung tao sa kanila, lagi silang yes and yes. They could never say no. And then sabi ko sa nanay ko, ma, sabi ko, bakit yung ibang naka-abroad hindi naman ginagawa yung pinapagawa mo sa amin? Why do we have to do it? Basta, sabi niya ganyan. Kahit magkano lang, bigyan mo. Kahit sabon lang, bigyan mo, or chocolate. Sabi ko, yun yung, I don't know, Doc, if you will call that a toxic trait ng mga Pilipino, na porke alam nila na you're abroad, you have all that resources, you have all that extra money na, you know, may papamahagi mo sa kanila. And nagulat talaga ako. Sabi ko, I thought walang pera yung mga tao sa Pilipinas. Because I do online selling. Minsan yung I sell luxury bags online, right? So minsan yung mga nakakasabayan kong nagbibid online, ang dami nila nasa Pilipinas. Sabi ko, walang pera sa Pilipinas yung mga tao. Karamihan ng mga bumibili nagbibid sa online is from the Philippines. Sabi ko na, ang dami nilang pera. Sabi ko, million. Sabi ko, ganyan. Anong nangyayari, you know? So, my point is, yun nga, yung limiting belief na nasanay, naging codependency yung mga tao na naiwan sa Pilipinas, yung mga family nila na nasa ibang bansa, nasanay sila na umasa na lang sa mga naka-abroad. You know, I remember during the pandemic, yung pandemic, ang daming naituro. Kung ano lang if you base it sa yung merong good and bad na nangyari. Ang ano ko lang, yung good side. For example, yung mga asawa ng mga seaman, di ba? Kasi during pandemic, walang nagta-travel. So, walang income yung mga asawa nila. So, nung ginawa ng mga asawa ng mga seaman, naghanap sila ng pagkakakitaan. They discovered meron pala silang talent na magluto, mag-bake, mag-online selling. Sabi ko, kaya naman pala nilang mag-add ng income sa family. But then, hindi nila ginawa kasi naging dumepende na lang sila 100% sa mga asawa nila. Di ba? So, would you think na kung ganun ang, if we stop that limiting belief, magaan, di ba? Na yung mag-asawa, nagtutulungan sila. Kung in every relationship, Doc, it's a give and take.
Yeah.
Right? It's a give and take. Imagine you're on a boat. Kaya yung dalawa. Isa lang ang nagsasagwan para makarating kayo dun sa pinaroroonan nyo. Paano kayo makakarating kung isa lang nagsasagwan? How if that person na nagsasagwan is napagod na?
Yeah.
Do you think makakarating kayo dun sa pupuntahan nyo? Hindi, di ba? That's how powerful yung mga limiting belief natin. Now, we thought na somebody will save, that someone will save, or that someone will make us happy, that someone will make life easier for us.
I agree. Yung toxic culture, toxic trait, no? Alam mo, even if let's say you're not working, no? Even if you're not working na lang, still need to manage the finances properly. You need to invest, no? Pwede lang naman na you invest in other vehicles like stock market and all those things, no? Kasi sometimes yung ibang mga tao, when they receive the sustento nila, parang one day millionaire, ubos ka agad.
Yeah.
And syempre, yung pagod din ng tao na nagpakahirap, no? And we expect then that our hard work can be valued then, Miss Neri. And I agree with you. That has been my battle cry ever since. Before pa ng NLP ako, Miss Neri, I used to give talks already about that, no? I would always tell them that the life of a OFW is not easy. I remember, Miss Neri, just to share with you, yung mother ko, she's an optometrist here in the Philippines. And then, nung time na we were so deep in debt, baon na baon kami sa utang, my mother decided to go to the US as a, kumbaga, 5 months lang, no? Tourist visa. Pero, nagtatrabaho siya nung time na yun. Nag-caregiver siya. And yung double shift na caregiver. And alam mo ba, nung time na yun, hindi ko alam talaga yung struggle nila, no? Ninyo. No? I didn't know the struggle. And I was only thinking about the dollars, the pasalubong, and all those things. And then when my mother came back, she told me about her struggle. Na imagine, nagkakasakit siya, na kahit pa may sakit siya, she had to go to yung binabantayan niya just to earn that much. And eto naman ako, parang excited sa mga pasalubong. And alam mo, when I heard that story from my mother, nahiya talaga ako, Miss Neri, no? Nahiya talaga ako na ito ako hingi ng hingi, but I didn't realize na she was already struggling there. No? Winter nung time na yun, and imagine yung mga Pinoys na doon lumalaki was questioning her, bakit ka bakit mo pinipilit yung sarili mo na Monday to Friday you're killing yourself working, but she had to work para mabawas-bawasan lang yung utang namin dito sa Philippines, Miss Neri. Alam mo, when I heard that, it humbled me, no? I'm so ashamed, kumbaga, of myself during that time. And I feel na this is also a great opportunity for you to also remind people that life outside is not easy. No, hindi siya parang madali lang. People there, all just like here in the Philippines, also experience mental health problems. Kumbaga,
Mm.
naghihirap din sa pera, dollars lang or in different currency, no? So, I think it's better that we need to help each other. And it's a good way that we need to also start educating the people here in the Philippines, Miss Neri. Kasi hindi pwede. Sometimes kayo lang dyan, you know what to do, but the people na naiwan dito because of the toxic culture, toxic trait, ganun pa rin yung mindset nila. And tayo pa yung lalabas na masama kasi hindi tayo tumutulong sa kanila. But in
Yes.
reality, kung titingnan mo yung mga katawan nila, 50 years old, 55, ang lalaki ng mga katawan, tapos nasa bahay lang. Naku, sabi ko, ano ba naman na lalaki ng katawan nyo? Magtrabaho kayo dyan, maghanap kayo ng paraan, right? For me, Miss Neri, I will do whatever it takes, no? Maghanap ako ng whatever means for me to earn, no? Kasi the opportunities are there. We just have to be, kumbaga, wag lang tayo tatamad-tamad. Kung di tayo tamad,
Yeah.
meron tayong kakainin, Miss Nair, no? It's so amazing that you've tackled the limiting beliefs of OFWs na nadala ng mga OFWs there. Miss Nair, can you describe the moment when you felt that breakthrough? What did it feel like? Yung parang nag-click na lahat na parang ito lang pala yung kailangan kong matutunan.
Uh, yung sa akin, Doc, if I may add,
Mm-mm.
I realize from that limiting belief, yung naging problema ko, I didn't set boundaries. Kasi nga mahirap na pag may lumapit sa akin, I couldn't say no. I couldn't say no. On the back of my mind, pag sinabi kong no, parang I feel like masama akong tao.
Yeah.
You know, yung hindi ko siya natulungan, uh, like, napahiya sa akin, ganon. I feel bad about myself when I say no. So, yun yung moment na, ko, yun pala yung ano ko. I didn't set boundaries. I didn't set boundaries to the people around me.
Mm-mm.
And I didn't set boundaries sa sarili ko. What I mean by hindi ako nag-set ng boundaries. Yun nga, that time na like sa mga pagkain, alam kong masama yung kinakain ko. Hindi siya healthy for me. I'm still eating it. Like, yun nga, yung sobra. Sobra-sobra yung kinakain ko. And then, yung ding mga activities na hindi dapat. Meaning, yung lifestyle ko. Lifestyle na I didn't put boundaries sa sarili ko. I just kept going, hindi, kasi nga, I know I'm not comfortable dun sa nangyayari sa akin. But like you said, I'm in denial. I'm aware, but I'm still on that denial stage. Yun.
Pero ano yung nangyari when you finally, kumbaga, set boundaries? Na yung parang nag-break na, uy, kailangan ko mag-set boundaries, kailangan ko na hindi na to maniwala sa mga beliefs na to, no? Anong parang na-feel mo after, Miss Neri?
Nang na-feel ko doon, Doc, bumalik, sabi ko, this is my authentic self. The power I have na ibalik sa akin. Wala nang nagko-control. Like, if I, I can release, I can say how I feel. Kumbaga, I have the freedom. I have that choice. And by having that choice, I have the freedom to express my opinion, to express my feelings. Parang, yun nga, parang ibon na nakawala. Finally, I'm free. Free from those grudges, from those, baggages na dala-dala ko.
Having that presence of mind, no? The awareness na we need to release this. And wala eh, when you don't learn anything about ourselves, no? When you don't study about ourselves, kasi dito lang naman natin natutunan na may mga negative emotions pala, may mga limiting beliefs and all those things that are going on in our mind, no? It just puts us in a stuck state. Parang ano ba yung nangyayari sa buhay ko? Bakit ang hirap-hirap ng buhay ko? But the moment that you learn all those, meron palang such a thing na limiting belief, no? And then naiintindihan mo na yung naiisip mo, ay, limiting belief ko to. Limiting belief to. Negative emotion ko to. So, since alam mo rin na pwede nating basagin sila. No, we can just release it. We can break it. And when we break it, it gives us different results in our life, Miss Neri. Miss Neri, after experiencing your own transformation, ano ba yung nakita mong pagbabago sa personal and professional life mo? No, after that shift, ano ba yung nangyari sa sarili mo, the people around you? Ano yung change na na-observe mo?
Yung sa akin, do, yun nga, when I start setting boundaries, I first work on myself, sa sarili ko. Ang ginawa ko, sabi ko, okay, nag-set ako ng schedule. So, paggising ko, kasi nagigising ako every day, like 5 o'clock in the morning. So, from 5 a.m. hanggang 9 a.m., that time, 4 hours para lang sa sarili ko. Meaning, I do meditation, I read book, I exercise, lahat, lahat, that all that 4 hours is just for myself. After nun, then I can do the things that I need to do, like for other people, for my family, And then, sa gabi naka-limit din yung oras ko for social media. Pag 7 p.m. na, naka-off na yung phone ko. I cannot access. So, that's yun yung one thing na kong nangyari by setting a boundary. And also, napansin ko rin sa mga taong nakakausap ko, when I start telling them my story, somehow I can feel they're connected sa akin, sa story ko. After nung Doc, ang gaan sa kanila na they open up too. Kasi sabi ko sa kanila, if I can do it, so you can. And remember, you are not alone. Napapaiyak sila pag akala nila, like I said, they see me physically, healthy because I'm fit. Once I start talking, dun sila nagugulat. Oh, ano rin pala to? They tao rin na, she's been going through something like kagaya ko. So, yun yung ko napansin ko, yung connection ko sa tao. Madali kong that trust they given me, napakadali nilang kasi nga they felt na they're being heard, na ako was there to listen, not to judge. Ayun.
You learn about rapport and you build rapport in the unconscious level. That's why when you do mirror in matching, parang dali na lang nakakonect lang tayo kahit saan kanino, Miss Neri. And those are the tools that we learn along the way, no? If you could go back, Miss Neri, and give advice to the version of yourself na nagsa-struggle, no, nung time na yun, ano yung advice na mabibigay mo kay Neri?
Lahat ng nangyayari sa'yo ay may meaning. All your struggles, all your pains, may meaning lahat yan. But remember, you are more than enough. You are strong and you are capable of doing anything.
Has been our mission to use our life to bear witness that anyone can change. And yun nga yung sabi mo, you are not alone, no? You are not alone. So, just a quick recap from our evening or from your morning, no? Morning, Miss Neri, no? So, what are the key points that I've also discovered along the way? Number one is really be aware, be conscious of our limiting beliefs. No? Be conscious of our limiting beliefs. Kasi ito yung nagpapabigat sa buhay natin. No? Those limiting beliefs, sometimes you feel na yan yung katotohanan, pero in reality, hindi pala. And when you become aware of that, you have the power to change it. And the next one is, we are not alone in this journey. No? That we have people, we have tools and techniques to help us along the way. And number three, it's okay to change. No? Okay lang to change because we are changing for the better naman. Miss Neri, and I honor you, no? From imagine, from a feeling, from someone who had all those limiting beliefs na nakuha mo pa from dito sa Philippines and nabit-bit mo pa dyan sa US. Right now, you've already set boundaries. And by having that time alone, time for yourself, seeing no, that's already a big leap, no? First step, pero malaki na. If you build that momentum, mas nagiging more ano tayo disciplined in selecting o kumbaga in setting boundaries, no? And alam mo, Miss Neri, you just showed us that it's possible to rewrite our story. To rewrite our story na hindi tayo kailangan maging trapped sa nakaraan natin or paano tayo pinalaki or ano yung pinagdaanan natin sa buhay natin, no? And taking the first step and believing that change is within reach is very important, right? Taking the first step. And that's what you did. You realized that kailangan mong tulungan muna yung sarili mo. No? You realize that walang tutulong sa'yo but you need to help yourself. No? You need to start within yourself. No? You can't expect other people to change your family, your children, your husband, but you had to make the decision to change. Now, Miss Neri, if you could summarize your journey in one sentence, what would it be?
It's all worth it.
What's one powerful belief or mantra you now live by thanks to NLP or becoming more self-aware, Miss Nerly?
Let go and let God. To be free is to live in the present. We live today because yesterday was gone and tomorrow may never come.
Yeah.
So, yung ano ko is enjoy this moment. Just enjoy this moment. This is what me and my husband discovered for a parenting style or kasi we struggled on this. Yung husband ko kasi is a US merchant seaman. So he's been 18 years na sa ganong trabaho. So lagi siyang wala. So yung ano namin is yung parenting style namin is different. Now his limiting belief is, sabi niya, ayokong maranasan ng mga anak natin yung naranasan kong hirap. That's his limiting belief. Iba yung sa akin, Doc. Yung ano sa akin naman, our kids have to kailangan nilang paghirapan ang mga gusto nila makuha. So, yung dalawang, like, kami mag-asawa, hindi kami pareho ng belief, you know. Ang hirap. Alam mo, nag-suffer, Doc, yung mga anak namin. Like, yung bunso, for instance lang, like, sa pagsiset ng rules, diba, sa bahay. So, yung bunso namin, pupunta sa akin. Sabi niya, Ma'am, what time do you want me to go to sleep? Sabi ko, 9:30. Ayun. Hindi ko alam, after niya akong tanungin, pupunta sa daddy niya. Sabi niya, Dad, what do you want me to go to bed? What time do you want me to go to bed? Sabi pala ng daddy niya, 10 o'clock. What? Sabi ko, babalik sa akin. Sabi niya, I'm confused. Sabi niya, would I need to listen? Sabi niya, you said 9:30, Dad said 10. You see the Doc? Nagugulahan yung mga bata. So my advice sa mga parents is, you have to work together. Na dapat isa lang yung magiging decision nyo. Decision in a way na pareho kayong hindi mahirapan. At the same time, yung mga bata, hindi sila ma-confuse. you know. And then also, if I may add, yung limiting belief ng asawa ko na, yeah, I don't want my kids to go through yung hirap na naranasan ko. From that belief, Doc, napansin namin sa mga anak namin, madali silang mag-give up. Why? Kasi nasanay sila na we're there for them to save them. Nasanay sila na if they need something or they want something, instant binibigay namin sa kanila. Well, mostly my husband, kasi nga yun yung belief niya, not me. You know, kasi ako ang kontrabida eh.
Hindi, ikaw yung
my
nagsiset ng
kids will
tone.
say, yeah, Dad, can you buy me this? Yes, come on, you know. Pagdating sa akin, no. Hindi mo kailangan yan. Yung bang ganun. So, sabi ko nga, now I know na bakit ganun yung mga anak ko. Na ano sila, madaling sumuko. Kasi nga, that's the problem na napansin namin mag-asawa. Na we didn't give our kids the choice. Yeah. We didn't give our kids to the freedom to choose kung ano yung gusto nila. Kasi nga, sino ba namang magulang ang gustong maghirap yung bata? My point is, sabi nga nila, don't give your kids the fish. Teach them how to fish. Diba? So, yung parenting, natin is, it comes to us, like, stage. It goes by age. Hindi dapat i-train natin yung maanak natin na maging independent dun sa age na alam natin na na sila aware na sila na they were figuring out their identities. Diba? So, kung alam na nila, aware na sila, okay, sino ba talaga ako? Then you give them the choice. You give them the freedom to explore. Ang role lang natin mga magulang is for them to support. Hayaan natin silang madapa. Same as we adult, like, like for me, hindi ako natuto hanggang hindi ako nasaktan. Like the Lord said, sabi niya, kaya kitang gamutin. Pero paano kitang kagamutin kung hindi ka masasaktan? Kung hindi ka magkakasakit? So I encourage parents na let your kids have that freedom. Let your kids, give your kids the choice. Kasi, wag niyo natin silang isanay na maging dumepende sa atin. Wag nating isanay yung mga bata na mag-make decisions based sa atin. Kaya nga binigyan sila ng Panginoon ng utak, sariling di ba? Give them that freedom. Give them that freedom.
Thing you were in tune with your spirituality, that you were able to hear the Lord's voice, no, in that situation. What more yung iba na kahit pa sumisigaw na yung Diyos sa kanila, hindi pa rin nila naririnig. Di ba? Kasi that's the beauty of where we are right now, Miss Neri, because we also are in tune with our faith. No, we believe that the Lord is always there for us. That's why when the Lord talks to us, we can hear the Lord's words in our life. No, because we know that hindi pwede na tayo yung Diyos eh. There must be someone higher than us that's guiding
Mhm.
us. And I believe that the Lord is always there for us, no? And the Lord wants what's best for us. The Lord always wants what's best for us. And when we transform our life, we become witnesses to other people, no? That they themselves can also transform their life. Kasi I also believe that we have a choice eh. You have a choice not to believe in the Lord, and you have a choice to believe in the Lord. And the different feeling that you're not alone in this life. You know, you sometimes people feel that they're so alone, but in reality, if you believe in the Lord, you've always know that the Lord is always there for us, no? So segue na to everyone. I know that it's in the area of spirituality, no? Because I am so thankful and grateful. No, lahat naman kasi to, Miss Neri, I tell you, happened when I built a personal relationship with the Lord, no? And ginamit niya lang yung NLP, hypnotherapy, and timeline therapy for us na matulungan natin yung sarili natin. No, sinabi niya, June, gamitin mo to para kung may problema ka, yung mga prayers na hinihingi mo, meron kang gagamitin and mas lalong titibay yung faith mo sa akin. Now, Miss Neri, for anyone listening who feels stuck ngayon sa buhay nila, especially your fellow OFWs, ano yung message mo sa kanila?
For anyone na feeling nila ganito na lang yung buhay nila. Ang tanong ko sa kanila is this: do you want to live your life na ganyan na lang? How would you see yourself in 5, 10, 15 years kung wala kayong babaguhin, kung wala kayong gagawin? So, my message is this. If you're feeling stuck right now, know that you are not alone. And this moment does not define you. Feeling stuck is a sign that you're in the edge of a breakthrough. All big things come from small beginnings. It's okay to take small steps, even if they seem insignificant. The key is to move forward. Another key is to let go. No matter how slowly, trust the process. Enjoy the journey. Be patient and kind to yourself. Your journey will unfold at its own pace, and you are stronger than you think. And I have this song, Doc, it's a worship song na ito yung nakatouch talaga sa akin. And dito rin ko na-realize, oo nga no, totoo nga pala to. So if I may read yung ilang verse, sabi niya. This is a song called Blessings by Laura Story. Sabi niya, what if your blessings come through raindrops? What if your healing comes from tears? And what if the 1,000 sleepless nights are what it takes to know you're near? And what if the trials of this life are your mercies in disguise? Di ba napakaganda? Paano pala yung mga what if mo, yun yung blessings mo in disguise. So how would I know, or how would we know, paano natin makikita ang blessings if we're not willing to take risks, if we're not willing na masaktan, you know, those fear, those anxiety na nagkukos atin na nagpapabigat. How if pala na yun yung daan para makita natin anong meaning ng buhay natin sa mundong ito.
Ang ganda. Ang ganda. Thank you, Miss Nerine. Thank you. This session has been so inspiring for me, no? Alam mo, ito nga yung sinasabi ko sa mga kinakausap ko, no? That every time that we have this session, parang ako yung nako-coach eh. Ako din yung natutulungan. And I get to be reminded that tama yung path that we are taking right now, Miss Neri, that we are doing this not only for ourselves but also for other people, no? I believe that the more that we help other people, the more that we are blessed by the Lord. And yun nga, hindi naman papayag si Lord, no, kung hindi tayo okay. Because we cannot give from an empty cup. Unahin muna natin yung sarili natin. We need to prioritize ourselves, no? This comes from Coach RJ. Sabi niya, we need to give from our overflow. No overflow, hindi pwede yung kulang, magbibigay tayo, walang-wala tayo. We need to give kung ano yung sumosobra na sa atin. And right now, for us, the grace, no? It's the grace. Hindi naman kailangan pera talaga yung overflow. It's more on the grace, no? The grace, the wisdom, the faith, the prayers, and all those are overflow that we can share to other people, Miss Neri.
For me, Doc, the greatest gift I can give my kids is my healing. My healing, my whole health, that was the greatest gift I can give my kids. Hindi, yun din ang ko, sabi ko, hindi naman kailangan ng maraming pera. Diba? Because money, at the end of the day, money is a tool. Yeah, we need money to survive. Yun nga din ang na-realize ko nung I was in that bed. Sabi ko, kung mamamatay ako, wala akong dadalhin kahit ano.
Yeah.
So, yung I'm working on now is may papamana ko sa mga anak ko. At magiging apo ko. Yun nga, it's the healing that cycle na I was able to break yung mga limiting belief na sa akin ma-stop siya and it will not continue sa next generation ko.
Ms. Neri, I honor you. Thank you for your wisdom, your insights, no, and sharing your story, being vulnerable, not only for me, but to everyone that will watch this eventually and listen to this, no. I know that every Filipino needs to listen to this, Ms. Neri, kasi we need to break the limits that we have been setting on ourselves. Na merong paraan, not only for ourselves, but also for our children and the next generation na hindi na kumbaga magdusa. Miss Neri, this is my prayer for you. No, I pray, Miss Neri, that you be blessed by the Lord, that you be healthy, not only physically, emotionally, and also mentally as well. No, I pray that you become abundant, you receive all those grace from the Lord, and that your family as well become better, Miss Neri. This has been my prayer, and I pray also that you become a witness for other people, Miss Neri, that through your life story, through your work, you get to inspire, not only inspire, also deliver the message of change to other people's lives, Miss Neri. Once again, let me introduce myself. I'm Coach June Acevedo. I'm a certified neurolinguistic programming master trainer and a mindset mastery and transformational leadership coach. I've helped thousands gain clarity in their life and transform the lives of more than 100 individuals through our neurolinguistic programming certification program and help them become transformative leaders in their life and in others. by equipping them with powerful tools that they can use to overcome all their emotional and mental struggles and have laser focus on achieving the life that they want. Allow me to help you break through your mental and emotional barriers, develop unshakable confidence, and master high performance strategies so you can scale your business, influence with impact, and achieve unstoppable success using powerful tools in neurolinguistic programming, timeline therapy, and hypnotherapy. If you're ready to level up, let's schedule a quick one-on-one clarity session. You never know, that session might be the one that will change your life. Send me a message and let's book that clarity session.